as you all know, just horrific flooding in Texas. Just absolutely horrific, awful flooding in Texas. The last number I saw was 107 people perished, and I believe there's still people missing. Heavy rains, like 3 or 4 months worth of rain hit in a very short period of time. It caused massive flooding, and rivers and lakes rose way outside their banks. People lost houses, homes, cars, pets, and loved ones. Nothing. I can't remember seeing anything like this before. I'm sure there have been, but I can't remember seeing anything like these flash floods before. With that said, Mexico sent rescue workers. Mexico sent first responders and rescue workers from Acuna, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, and from a nonprofit called Fundación 9/11. I don't read very much Spanish. I apologize. So they are working. They are now in Texas working with American first responders, helping them do all the work that needs to be done. They're helping them do the cleaning up. They're helping them do the searching. They're helping them do the recovery. They're helping them shore up damaged things. They're helping with the logistics. They're helping with it all. President of Mexico sent rescue workers, first responders, to Texas because their neighbors were in desperate need, because their neighbors are going through a really, really difficult time, because their neighbors need a little help. They need a little assistance. They need a little push, pat in the back. We need to be raised up. One of the people interviewed in the article, one of the people in the article that I read this morning, he said, "There's no flag or countries between firefighters. We're humans, and we're helping humans. That's what matters. We're humans, and we're helping humans. That's what matters." Now listen, over the last 10 years, 4 months, my God, it seems like a long time. But over the last little while, that seems like a decade, there's been lots of stuff said about Mexico. Lots of stuff said about Canada. Lots of stuff said about countries outside the United States. They're out to get us. They're using us. They're taking advantage of us. They're sending us their worst. It's nasty. A lot of nasty, horrible, awful things are being said about Mexico by the current administration. Mexico's their favorite piñata. Right? They use Mexico in order to generate approval from their supporters. They talk trash about Mexico. They put Mexico down in order to get approval, to boost their numbers with their supporters, to get their supporters rah rah rah. They use Mexico. Let's be fair. They use Mexico. They hold Mexico up as some sort of selfish enemy in order to give their people somebody to rally against, somebody to rail against, somebody to despise, somebody to point their fingers at. It's their fault. They're the ones that are doing this. They're the ones that are causing us this pain. That's a tactic of every great tyrant. You give the people an enemy. You give the people someone that they can hate, someone that they can despise. And yet, their neighbor's in trouble, and what does Mexico do? They do the right thing. They do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. All that other stuff makes no difference, means nothing. This is the right thing to do. All the nasty stuff that was said doesn't mean anything. This is the loving thing to do, and we do the loving thing. That's what neighbors do. That's how neighbors operate. Don't hold up grudges. We don't, you said something awful. Right now, I'm here to take care of you. I'll bring you food. I'll bring you assistance. I'll bring you help. I'll give you my time. I'll give you my touch. I'll give you my talents. I'll give you my treasure because you need it. Not because you deserve it, not because you've earned it, not because you've been cordial and polite and civil. No, you've not been any of those things. Doesn't matter though, because I'm here for you. Oh, you wouldn't do it for me? Probably not, but I'm here for you. You know, we can learn, no matter what side of the spectrum you find yourself on, we can learn from this. We can all learn from what Mexico is doing, from what the president of Mexico has done. If you happen to be one of those people who are pointing your fingers at Mexico, you can learn that, wait a second, hold on, they're showing me something different here. They're showing me something about themselves that is really powerful and important. They're offering me a corrective understanding of who they really are. They're showing me something that I'm not hearing from this crowd over here. They're showing me something very different. If you're part of that crowd that would point their finger at Mexico, maybe you could see this and say, thank you. And allow your gratitude to inform your opinions. Allow your gratitude to inform how you feel about them otherwise. Allow your gratitude to inform yourself when you start hearing those lies again. And for those of us who would say, you know, maybe when we're angry at somebody, when we're angry at, maybe it's the current administration or the supporters of the current administration, those of us who maybe we really just desperately want to hold a grudge because holding a grudge keeps us safe, and it does. Maybe we are angry and we don't like this administration. We don't like MAGA. We don't like Christian nationalists. We're angry at Christian nationalists and MAGA and the administration. But holy crap, Mexico. If you can be kind and loving because it's the right thing to do. If you can do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even though these people, even though this crowd sees you in the way they see you, speaks of you in the way they speak of you, treats you the way they treat you. I can learn that lesson too. Because in all fairness, Mexico and their president, I think it's Scheinbaum, this is the way of Christ. This is Jesus' way. This is the godly way. You set the past behind and you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. We are humans, and we are here helping humans. This isn't about governments. This isn't about flags. This isn't about trade. This isn't about tariffs. This isn't about any of the nonsense. It isn't about any of the insults. It isn't about the derogatory statements that have been made and will probably be made in the future. This is about right now. There are humans who need me. They need me to do the loving, right, kind, generous thing. They need me to do the godly thing. And so these firefighters, these rescue workers, these first responders, they set all that stuff aside. Put their boots on. They get to work helping. We do the right thing because it's the right thing. Not because it's the thing we want to do. We do the right thing because it's the right thing. We do the loving thing because it's the loving thing, not that because we want to. Maybe because we'd never be able to live with ourselves if we didn't. When your neighbor is in need, you help. Doesn't matter if they like you. Doesn't matter if they speak ill of you or not. Doesn't matter if they insult you. Doesn't matter what flag is flying outside on their lawn. Doesn't matter who they voted for. It doesn't matter how nasty, how racisty, how bigotry. None of that matters. If they're in need, we help. If they're in need, we give. Hoping that it changes them, but we give. Hoping that it informs them, but we give. Hoping that it encourages them to let go of those old stupid ways, we give. So thank you to Mexico and to President Sheinbaum for this wonderful example. May we all be so courageous. May we all be so strong. Amen.